like...
Yay, wacky gamer.
Pens.
Pens?
Sure.
Say hi to everybody, Jeff.
Hi.
It's our podcast.
Welcome to episode 5-6.
This is 5-6? Is that anything related to 56?
It's totally 56.
Ooh.
Adrian's here with us.
Hey, Adrian.
I wanted to mention we did a lot of interviews.
We did do a lot of interviews.
We wore the shirts that Adrian helped design. And a lot of people were asking where we got the shirts from.
Yes, they did.
And we told them, we should have printed out cards.
We should have printed out cards that had Adrian's name on it.
But we gave the URL.
Yeah.
And it is wackygamer.spreadshirt.com, which they won't remember.
Yeah.
But hey,
Well, that's the thing.
we sold one shirt.
When you're dressed like Cammy, you don't really have many places to put.
Even if we had cards, it was a problem for the cosplay interviews.
I mean, I could have thought of places to put the cards, but that would start to chafe.
It
would. About halfway through one of the panels, you'd be like, "This hurts."
It's true. It would have been a problem.
Because that's where I tried keeping my business cards.
He went in a bathrobe once. So today on the agenda, we probably won't read comments and react to them too much. Because I have a lot I want to get through, like what we saw that we liked at Comic-Con, purchases that we made at Comic-Con, little plug for all the videos and stuff, and the most embarrassing moments at Comic-Con.
All right.
Because you had one that I want to bring up.
Oh, that wasn't that embarrassing.
Okay. And then Starbar, because what Comic-Con wrap-up wouldn't be without Starbar.
Is this the candy bar Starbar?
No, the bar we went to.
Oh.
Starbar. Okay.
I thought you were talking about the old school candy bar that had the 4 different compartments.
No.
Does anybody out there remember
I don't even know what you're
Starbar?
talking about.
It's a real candy bar, and it has 4 different compartments. One was like chocolate, one was caramel, one was peanut butter, one was marshmallow.
No.
Does anybody remember Starbar?
So quick business before we get going while you're on the Starbar subject.
All right.
So I redesigned the Wacky Gamer YouTube page a little bit, and there's buy stuff button. Adam forgot to turn off his phone. Thank you so much for texting him, Casey. So I redesigned it a little, so there's a buy stuff button. There's also a little plug for the t-shirt. So if you ever get the urge to go buy a t-shirt, and Adam's girlfriend apparently does remember Starbar, from Cadbury, but if you ever get the urge to buy a t-shirt, it is in the bottom. On the bottom left, there's a big link, and at the top, there's a link that says buy stuff. You can click on it. Okay.
So you're saying if they click on something that says buy stuff, they can buy stuff?
They can buy stuff, but I just want people to know it's there. Because otherwise it was buried in the comments. Okay. Second order of business, email us, podcast@wackygamer.com. No one's been emailing us. One guy emailed us this week, and we're going to ignore his email till next week because it wasn't Comic-Con related, but we will get to it. We promise to get to it.
Well, now I want to know. No, we should do it. If we only got one, let's do it. Let's do it before Comic-Con. We can do it.
Okay, he asked if his email could be deferred till after Comic-Con.
Wow.
That was his email.
That's serendipitous.
No.
That's freaking amazing.
So anyway, we also need to know where the ham face portrait is because we want to get the ham face portrait done.
Face. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Comic-Con. What do you want to talk about first? Stuff you bought, your most fun stuff, or embarrassing moments?
All right. Well, let's just get stuff I bought out of the way.
Okay.
Right away.
Now I'll start because mine will be quicker.
Yours will be much quicker.
I bought 5 graphic novels and 2 copies of the Comic-Con T-shirt.
There you go.
Graphic novels were Batman, a Tim Loeb Batman, the Kurt Busiek Conan. I got a few sketches done, which is independent. One really awesome Ninja Turtle sketch. I bought a collector's edition Chew, Comic-Con exclusive Chew comic, and Superboy. Did I buy Superboy? Yeah, Superboy.
Superboy. You also bought Elephant Men.
I bought the second Elephant Men because I was almost finishing number 1. So, Adam.
About how much was that?
Well, the T-shirts were most expensive, right? Because they weren't at the half-price store. They were full price. So probably $150.
About 150.
Yeah. I mean, that's excluding booze and my total.
Well, we can't count booze. We can't count food. That ends up being more expensive than anything, really.
Well, and you beat me because you were drinking anyway.
I was drinking like a fish.
Well, you stopped smoking while you were there too.
I did stop.
So then you have to add in your cigarette costs.
Actually, that's the good thing about pretty much quitting smoking before you go to Comic-Con. You don't end up smoking that much. I only bought like 2 packs of cigarettes.
Okay, someone said your mic's low. Talk normal.
I am talking normal. I've been talking normal the whole time.
Okay, let us know if that fixes it.
All right. So here's what I bought. I really don't know. That's the thing. I don't know because I bought about 300 to 350.
Now let's not talk money.
You want to do pounds?
By weight. How much was it? Because
by weight.
Describe the bag before you give it away.
It's a full-size duffel bag.
No, like a military-sized.
Yeah.
Not like a I'm going to the gym duffel bag.
No, it's more like I'm going to Iraq duffel
bag. Yes.
Right. And shirts in there. It weighed 51 pounds. Right, altogether. So about 50 to 49 pounds of comic
My guess
books.
was 65 pounds.
His guess was 65 pounds. Turns out 51 pounds. So I don't know. I ended up spending about $350, at least $350 on t-shirts but mostly comic books. Really more like $300 on comics. I filled out the rest of my Transmetropolitan. I got the last 5 issues.
Yes, you were trying to clear out the series.
I cleared out the series.
Well, and I know you were looking for stuff for your girlfriend.
Yep.
Which was an experience in and of itself.
Well, yeah, because it turns out that
they don't make Tank Girl anymore.
They don't make Tank Girl kitsch. They don't make Tank Girl comics. They don't make Tank Girl T-shirts or toys.
Now, you think Lori Petty had anything to do with that?
Maybe. Maybe she's the one that killed Tank Girl once and for all. You know? Kind of like how Christopher Reeves, when he fell off the horse, he almost killed Superman.
Almost.
Then
the Justice League's coming out.
There you go. Wait, the Justice League movie?
Yeah.
When's that coming out?
Next year.
I didn't see that. Was that a Comic-Con?
They didn't plug it at Comic-Con. They've just kind of been building to it.
Well, how's that going to be? That doesn't sound good.
Well, anyway.
All right.
So you bet Transmetropolitan. You were looking for Tank Girl, failed at it. You also looked for Batman for Casey.
I got Batman, The Killing Joke. She really wanted that.
Which was hard to find.
It was really hard to find.
I don't know if you described this to Casey, but since she's actually on the channel, I want to point out that yes, like he was actually working very hard to find this comic book, and he asked one guy just like, I know you probably don't have it, but you have blah blah blah, and he's like, Actually, I do. And
I got it at the 50% off, which was really cool.
Amazing.
Because everywhere else they were asking for like $25 for it.
Or they were being like, oh, you're not going to find that.
No way you're going to find that.
No.
But I got that. I got, Planetary. The full run of Planetary. I got Scalped, the first 3 issues. I got the first 7 issues of Hack and Slash.
Yep. And we found a comic when we were talking to the Chew guys that was kind of like Hack Slash. We both bought that one. Did you read that yet?
I haven't read it yet.
Okay, neither am I.
It's kind of like a medieval times buddy cop movie, I guess. Let's see, what else did I get? I got so much shit, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I got Astonishing X-Men, all of it, except for the 7th book. I got all of the Ultimates, the entire lineup, along with the new Ultimate Punisher.
Yep.
I got,
So that's why I was like, you're going to go on a lot longer than I did.
Yeah. I had a dislocated my shoulder slightly, I believe.
Carrying the bag.
Because the next day I couldn't
wash yourself?
Do this.
Oh.
I couldn't put my hand behind my head.
Good thing you never wash your neck.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I figure the shampoo does that.
We'll just move on from that.
Okay, yeah, we should move on from that. Just a list of shit.
It's an inventory.
It's an inventory. It's boring.
No, it wasn't. It was awesome.
It was great for me.
Someone said they need to move to Cali just so he can borrow the Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher one was awesome. I finished reading that. The basic arc is that they get the Punisher because Captain America wants nothing to do with the Ultimates anymore. Because they're kind of a shitty group that does bad things. So they get the Punisher to take Captain America's place, basically. And it's neat.
That's kind of cool.
Yep. It also features Ghost Rider. Who knew Ghost Rider could be cool? Well, apparently the people in the Ultimates universe.
Whatever.
Johnny Blaze.
Nick Cage knows.
How would Nick Cage know that Ghost Rider can be cool? Just because they've done comics together?
Yeah.
Because you could say that about any B-listers.
Right,
like
fine.
Moon Knight knows he's cool too.
Speaking of Nick Cage, Nick Fury.
Which one? Just because they're both
Adam's
black.
embarrassing moment.
Oh, you want to
Oh
talk?
my god. So we're doing these Nerd Wars interviews and Animal Trash.
Right, okay.
And what we do is two of us are either puppeting or interviewing or manning the camera, and one of us is like pulling people over to do the interviews because sometimes people take a little convincing.
Yep, one of us is trying to wrangle people, the other guy is on his knees with a puppet, and the other guy's on the camera.
So I see Adam talking to this black dude in wife beater, kinda, shorts, black shorts, and like skater shoes.
Well, and bald.
And
he's
bald. He's bald.
He's got a goatee.
He's got a
And he
goatee.
has an eye patch.
Yes.
All right? And so I think...
Instantly think.
I think, oh, Nick Fury.
Yeah.
It's got to be Nick Fury. And it really wasn't until he came... Nobody else wanted to interview him. I thought that was weird, but I'm like, whatever.
No, we're like, why are you talking to that guy?
And so I bring him over in front of the camera, and that's when I noticed there's a bandage underneath his eye patch. And that's when around the time I noticed he's not wearing a Nick Fury costume. This is just a crazy man.
Well, the thing that really clued you in, I remember you saying this, is like, I thought the eye patch was on the wrong eye.
Yeah, I thought it was on the wrong eye. I thought that was weird. But like, what's your favorite part of Comic-Con? Superman.
And then
that's all he said was Superman.
Then Adam said, "Who are you cosplaying as?" And he goes, "Iron Man." And Adam goes, "Iron Man?
Iron Man? You don't mean the guy
with
at
the puppet?
end of Iron
With the
Man?
puppet?
Yeah, with the puppet." It was really, really awkward. I think that was pretty embarrassing. I think when somebody asked to take a picture of my ass with one of the puppets, and then I found out that it was because my ass was so sweaty. There was a sweat mark on my ass, and that's really what he wanted to take a picture of.
He wanted to take a picture of your sweat.
I thought that to me, most embarrassing moment.
To be fair, I pointed it out to that guy.
You pointed it out to him?
That your ass was hella swelly.
Why did you point it out to him?
I'm like, someone else needs that mental image, so I'm not the only one that has that trauma.
You see, not all of us were as lucky as Jeff. He just stayed inside the con in the nice air conditioning. I was the one lugging the puppets and camera equipment.
Adam was the pack mule, but then again, Adam got a free hotel room out of it, so.
That's true. Jeff got a free hotel room out of it too, but he used his frequent something miles.
Yeah, my frequent hotel stay.
And
points.
so
anyway,
I guess
no one cares about that.
Yeah.
Everyone just cares about you being embarrassed.
Booty juice. Yes, I had booty juice. Whoever just wrote that down. I like that. I'm gonna start bottling it. We should put that in the buys.
Dude, I look stoned.
You always look stoned.
Yeah,
but instead of vitamin water, we should do
vitamin water?
Booty juice.
Vitamin water.
We should make our own
that
booty juice.
That should be a new flavor.
A new flavor of vitamin water?
Maybe
this tastes like ass. Wrong, it's booty juice.
Passion fruit, lime, lemon, and booty juice. Booty juice.
I like it.
Booty juice vitamin water coming to a store near you.
I like it. I'm gonna put together a package. We'll see.
Pick it up with your Smurf cereal and Star Bars.
Oh, there you go. Somebody else is stoned with it.
That's fine.
There you go.
I'll take
we
it.
got a couple more people.
Okay. So, embarrassing moments going to the bar. Okay. So we went to the same bar 2 nights in a row called Star Bar. I highly recommend it if you go to Comic-Con because it's pretty chill.
It's pretty chill. It's a dive bar. It's pretty dead.
Yeah, like we were able to just walk in most of the time. They had a line at one point, but it was like 5 or 10 people. Not a big deal.
Yeah, and it was also at like 10 o'clock. You should have known better.
So the first night, we walk in. We're hanging out with my friend from San Diego and another guy we know that went to Comic-Con. And Elijah Wood ends up walking into the bar.
Yep.
That was awesome in and of itself.
Awesome. It seemed like he was about to cry.
Elijah Wood?
Yes, but apparently that's just what his face looks like.
Yeah, he's short. I always knew he was short, but I didn't realize
he's really small.
You
get the feeling that like you could just smush him.
But my favorite part was that pimp in the bag.
Why would you remember? Okay, go ahead. Tell the story.
You don't remember this guy?
I remember. He was a pool hustler. He wasn't a pimp.
Well, he was dressed straight out of the 70s.
Well, yeah, he was dressed out of the 70s.
Straight as like, bam, look, 1975 in your face, motherfucker.
He did have a jerry curl.
He had a jerry curl. He had like snakeskin shoes. He was wearing sunglasses, and this is like 10, 11 o'clock at night at a pool table.
At about 10 and 11 o'clock.
And he was horrible at pool. And he wasn't drinking. That was the thing. But he thought he was this shit.
Well, okay.
See, now it's funny. Now you're
okay,
like,
so you're right. That is a good point. He really did look like a pool hustler.
Exactly. A 70s pool hustler.
He looked like a 70s pool hustler. However, he could not play pool to save his life.
So
he was getting his ass kicked.
I mean, the rules of the table were if you win, you stayed at the table, and then, whoever was next on the list, you got up. He was not ever at the table very long.
Nope.
And then there were those two whores.
Oh, God.
The tall one and the short one.
Smurf nipple. You should tell him about Smurf nipple.
No, you can describe it.
Here's the thing. So we're sitting with all these guys and Ryan Cronin, and we're having a good time. We're pretty drunk. And somebody, who said it? Who noticed it first? They're like, something's wrong with that lady's nipple.
I think that was Dominic.
Yeah, they're like, something's wrong. Only one of her nipples are hard. Right? And then we turn around, we look, and everybody kind of sees it at the same time. Her nipples just blue. It's blue, and you can see it right through this white shirt. Right? And we're just staring and trying to figure out, because I don't know about you, I thought she had a medical problem.
No, because the reason I didn't is I saw the two of them flirting with all the guys before, and I didn't see it. I know I didn't see it. Mm-hmm. Because I thought the two girls were dressed the same. I remember having that thought because I thought they were working at the con and they were wearing the same outfit. And
turns out we get caught staring. We get caught staring at her blue nipple, and then she tells us from across the bar, she's like, "It's a nipple ring." But that's the thing. If you're wearing a white shirt, go for a metallic nipple ring. You should go metal colored. You shouldn't go blue.
Well, she wanted Smurf nipples.
Well, Smurfs was coming out.
So that was Star Bar Night 1.
That was Star Bar Night 1.
Star Bar Night 2. Mm-hmm. We're hanging out at the bar, having a good time. Music's playing. And someone starts playing the shittiest music.
Well, Les Miserables.
The Les Miserables soundtrack, and then there was some other crap after that wasn't Les Mis.
But it was musical. Somebody was playing musicals on the jukebox. Yeah. It was friggin' awful.
It was probably the worst. Everyone else in the bar is going, what the fuck? And Adam and Ryan somehow hit it off with the bartender.
Yeah,
the night before.
With the bartender.
Velma.
Yep.
And she goes, you put this she's a Filipino woman.
You put this music on?
This music shit. We're like, no.
What do you want?
So Cronin decides to go put $10 in.
Mm-hmm. At least $10. I don't know.
He put 10. But we just start playing all this good music, metal rock, whatever. And then Ryan runs out of ideas. Adam goes over.
Yeah, I go over. I start playing weird music, but there's 18 credits left still.
There's a ton of
credits. And so I decide to Rickroll the bar. So I just play three times. I play Rick
Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up.
I play it once, and then I put a song between, and then I play it again, and a song between, and I play it again, figuring that way it'll stop people from just turning it off. They'll have to listen to it at least halfway through before wait a minute, this is the same song, and then pressing the kill switch.
But apparently there's no kill switch. I asked Velma that. But anyway, so we're waiting for this to happen, but Ryan had put in so much music.
Yeah.
That we finally gave up, and you had been talking to this chick who kept yelling Star Bar, Star Bar.
Some chick standing next to me. Every time she made eye contact, we would just start screaming Star Bar, and so I'd start screaming it with her.
Yeah. So we had been introduced to their group, and one of the guys happened to work for G4. We sent him some video. We'll never hear back from him again. But he emailed me literally 5 minutes after we left the bar and said, "By the way, the Rickroll happened almost as soon as you left the bar." Well, I think we weren't there to see the reaction, but
I think that's a good thing, because if I was there, I would just be like, "Yeah, that was me, that was me."
And then you would have gotten your ass kicked by the pimp.
Yeah,
and the nipple.
Probably the pimp.
Yeah.
Now the pimp would probably be back there singing it along. He'd be like, "Man, this brother can sing." Actually, it's Rick Ashley. What? Anyway,
he wouldn't.
He's Canadian.
He's black.
Rick Ashley?
No, Astley.
Athlete.
Yeah.
Well,
there's the T in there.
Athlete.
Athlete. I love his athlete so much.
I don't like the way he says his name.
Why not?
Athlete?
Apparently I hit the dislike button, by the way.
You disliked ourselves?
Yes, that was pretty awesome. Anyway.
Ridiculous.
So.
All right, so now we want to talk about best things we saw at Comic-Con?
Best things, favorite parts of Comic-Con.
All right, okay, for me, the reason I go to Comic-Con, I go for the show floor and I go for interviews. That's why I'm there. Mm-hmm. So really, I mean, just the show floor and the interviews, that's enough for me. But I'm sure that's not what you want to hear for favorite things. So I'd say my favorite thing...
No, I mean, it could be the bar moment. It could be being embarrassed by interviewing a guy who looked like Nick Fury.
No. I'll put nerdy things in here. My two favorite things were probably, let's see, the New 52. DC
relaunch.
Telling about what's happening after Flashpoint's over. And it was kind of interesting. It wasn't that mind-blowing, but it was like, oh, there's some artwork. And then that and probably playing the game, the demo for Dragon Age Guild Wars.
That game sucks.
Have you played it? Dragon Age Guild Wars?
It's
really
Dragon
good.
Age Guild Wars?
I believe so.
You sure you're just not mistalking again?
Maybe it's just Guild Wars. I thought they said Dragon Age.
It's probably next door.
Maybe
you're just retarded.
They have the Dragon Age logo on the thing.
Well, maybe it is Dragon Age. I don't know.
Well, if anybody thinks I'm wrong, put it in the live comments. Maybe Jeff will read it. What was your favorite?
I enjoyed the panels. So I went for the panels. So I can do the show floor here at WonderCon and get the same enjoyment out of the show floor there. Sure, there's more vendors, but I don't buy as much crap as you, so I don't care. And I'm not as picky. Like, you went with a laundry list. I went with, let me see if I can find anything interesting out first. So, panels for me are the most fun, and then meeting people. So it was cool to meet, finally, personally. I've had many web conversations with Andre from Black Nerd, but it was cool to have a chat with him, and be able to interview him and have a good time. It's effing funny, guys, or effing with Tonight, the new talk show thing on Crackle. Talking to the writer at the bar, that was cool.
He was nice.
He was really nice. Talking to Joel McHale at the bar, that was cool. Run into Elijah Wood. I mean, that was all fun. And ran into Tobuscus on the last day. Toby Turner.
Who's Tobuscus?
See, that's why no one likes you.
You mean Tobias?
No, Tobuscus.
Who's Tobuscus?
You're retarded. So, him and I had a nice chat. He just happened to be waiting in line at the Mexican restaurant I was waiting at.
Oh, the guy I haven't heard of?
Yeah.
I saw Paul yesterday.
The girl you fucked?
Yeah.
The guy you fucked?
Who's Tobuscus?
Okay, you can use the internet at some point and you'll learn things.
There's gonna be people who don't know who Tobuscus is.
If you don't know who Tobuscus is, let me know. Oh yeah, and I got my picture taken with Danny Pudi, but that was for Blimey Games. She said if I see him, I need to get a picture with him, so I did it. And Casey. Casey wanted it too, didn't she? She loves Abed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
So who's Tobuscus?
Tobuscus is a guy who has a YouTube channel.
There you go.
And everyone's wondering how you can't know that.
How can't I know it? I do other things. You know how long it takes to make one of those stupid puppets? A long friggin' time.
That's just sad. I mean,
well, I'm sorry. I got other shit going on.
Even Laurel laughed at you when you said that. My wife.
I know I see her right there. I heard her laugh. I was going to break the fourth wall and let people know other shit's going on.
Oh yeah, like there's nothing going on. By the way, it's our anniversary. Fourth wall broken. Fuck it.
It's your anniversary?
Yeah, so Adrian has a question.
This is what you're doing on your anniversary?
Yeah.
You are a shit. Why are you still with him?
We did go out to a nice dinner last night. I spent more on that dinner than you spent on comic books.
I got a real romantic...
How much did you spend?
Around $350.
Okay, you spent more than me.
Real romantic day. You're gonna listen to me yelling at some fat guy about things that only they care about. Happy anniversary. That's... Which year is the disappointed anniversary? Which year is that?
Ask Laurel. This will be the funny part.
There's the silver.
No, but this is the funny part. Ask Laura how long we've been married.
How long have you been married, Laurel? She's looking it up on a computer right now.
Yes, she is. She doesn't know. Best wife ever.
She's all right. If I was married to you, I'd block it out too, man. I wouldn't remember the day it happened.
Okay. Back to Comic-Con and Nerd Wars and our channel. Adrian wants to know, he's going to redo Hamface. Should I draw him in Cerebus style?
What the hell is Cerebus?
The comic? Okay, Adam's retarded. I would say go for it, but I like the way you were going. He had the ham face with the Mott's applesauce. I think he still needs the Mott's applesauce bandolier.
7 years they've been married.
Lucky 7.
I liked the way that it was looking originally, but what's Cerebus style?
You don't remember Cerebus, the comic? I mean, it's older. It's got a pretty unique style. Let me look it up for you because you're retarded.
I really have no idea what Cerebus.
Or Cerberus, rather. That style. Ham face.
Oh, well, that's really cool. I never read this comic.
Oh, well, you should. It's good.
Well, I'll check it out.
Okay. It's actually Cerberus, but yeah. Anyway.
Cerberus, that makes more sense. It's named after the 3-headed dog guarding the gates of hell.
Your mom's named after the 3-headed dog.
I'm just saying, you can call me stupid all you want. I actually do know things just because I don't know stupid fucking whatever the goddamn.
He does
hell
look
that
like
person's
ham
name
face.
is.
If you could morph that into red, but he still needs the Mott's applesauce bandolier, I think.
That really
really makes the cake. Meanwhile, half the people don't know why we're talking about this, but you can go watch the Drunk Podcast.
Yep, watch the Drunk Podcast. You'll get to see ham face right in there.
Ginger Ham Face is his full name.
This is Red Scott. He's one of the comedians that we work with a lot, especially with this.
Yeah, fascinating.
And Ink Within.
Adrian.
Yeah. Well, for the people on the board. He draws pictures of us that he thinks are funny.
That's all our t-shirts. Yep.
All the shirts are his art, so.
And I owe him $2.50 because we sold a shirt. So yay! Sweet. You should go buy shirts.
I know. I should get some shirts and try and sell them at my shows.
No one would buy them.
Why would you buy a picture of a fat me dressed as Thor?
The Nerd Wars shirt was by far the most popular.
The Nerd Wars is a nice one, but
that's the one everyone was asking about.
Well, that's for this.
Yeah, but they'd buy that too.
Here's the thing, when I'm wearing the Nerd Wars shirt, like this is the reaction. I'm standing right next to Jeff. They're like, "Oh, that's that guy." I'm like, "Yeah, that is that guy," and I'm supposed to be the Chewbacca
guy.
And then they're like, "Oh."
Yeah.
So it's not really going to work to sell at shows that I'm doing comedy at.
Yeah.
Because then they'll be like, "Well, it's a really nice picture of your friend and some hairy lady with glasses."
That's you. I mean, that's you in a nutshell.
I look like a hairy lady with glasses, I know.
You are a hairy lady with glasses. So, I never finished.
Oh.
Running into people was awesome. Okay. Panels were awesome.
So what were the panels that you did?
I went to Archer. The ones I wanted to see, right? But I wasn't going to wait in line. Was Archer, Venture Brothers, and I thought it'd be cool to see some of the other Adult Swim, like they have some new Adult Swim stuff coming out. Black Dynamite in particular, I wanted to see how that was. So the Archer panel, I got good. I got a little footage of. I put it up. I got a little footage of Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
But it turned out like shit. That cartoon series is going to be epic, by the way. And it doesn't matter whether you've seen the movie. Doesn't matter at all.
When's it airing?
The pilot, I think, was airing like imminently, like August. But the actual season, it sounded like 2012.
I hate waiting.
But man, same with Archer. They're doing a three season or 3 episode mini season in the fall, where Archer becomes involved in these pirates, like sea pirates.
Okay.
And then they'll have a full season next year, at the beginning of next year. So.
Well, at least they give you a little.
It's kind of nice, buffer. But the first episode of that 3 was awesome. They screamed it. I was on the floor, as would everyone else involved. But in between panels, between Black Dynamite and Archer, I saw the Effin' With Tonight, which looks interesting. It's a live talk show featuring Patrick Warburton as the host. And they get really raunchy and really negative about comics and stuff like that. Then I saw Black Dynamite. Children's Hospital panel was fine. It was funny, but I mean the show's been out, so.
Children's Hospital is a funny show.
I saw SDFU SUV.
That's pretty close.
The worst fucking name for a show ever.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's a funny show, though.
It is a funny show, but worst fucking name for a show because no one can remember. Like I had to find
SUV.
I just know it ends with SUV.
I know it ends with SUV. But it's basically it's like a CIA.
It's like a horror. It's a parody of all those NCIS,
There you
CSI, like shitty
on Adult
shows.
Swim. Really funny though.
Really funny. What else was good? Children's. Oh, they shot part of an SUV episode there, like a couple minutes of the panel. And I put up clips of the community panel. That's live right now. You can see it on the channel, White Gamer TV. And I will put up clips of the Being Human panel early next week at some point.
Was the Being Human panel any good?
I don't watch the show. I really filmed it for Laurel.
I don't watch the show either.
But, I mean, they were interesting. If you watch the show, it sounded like people were like, oh, that's awesome. And I was just like, okay, great. Venture Brothers panel was funny as always, completely random.
Duh.
But they showed the music video. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you told me.
Of Hank and Brock's son's band, Smooth Gravy, I think it's called, in the show.
That.
But they have a music video of it. It might even be on the Adult Swim webpage if you go look. But that was pretty fucking awesome. All kinds of in-jokes that no one would get unless they were like hardcore fans of this show. So
somebody on the live comments is asking, "What's Comic-Con?"
Okay, so I hope to God that's not true, that you don't know. But
we probably should have said what Comic-Con was before we started talking about it.
Comic convention.
It's a comic book convention
that isn't just comics anymore.
Now it's everything.
It's
Steven
mass
Spielberg
media.
was there this year.
Peter Jackson was there. Cast of Community, like we said. Cast of Chuck.
Yeah, everybody.
Twilight. Ugh.
If there's anything even remotely nerdy about what you do, you're at Comic-Con trying to hawk your shit and
try,
get people
yeah.
to see your commercials.
So the panels were actually really good.
Yeah.
There was less. The ones I went to were more about like, hey, you guys, your fans are awesome. Here's some special thing, and enjoy it and have a good time.
See, my thing with the panels was they were interesting, and it didn't seem as hacky as last year. Last year we went, and it seemed like every single panel was literally it's screening of a commercial.
Yes.
This year, not so much, but I went to a lot of the comic book panels.
Yeah.
And what it would be was all of the comic book artists and all the team up there. Maybe, at the beginning you get 5 minutes of them introducing themselves. Then you get maybe 10 minutes of them talking about the actual products. And then 15 minutes of people coming up and asking them questions that only those people really gave a shit about, So
luckily that did not happen in any of my panels.
You're lucky.
There was one, was it Being Human or Sanctuary? I saw a Sanctuary panel too. Again, I don't watch the show, so. Whichever panel it was very much like, you remember in episode 7 when and the actors are both like, what? I just say the lines, dude.
Well, that's good. I'm not even talking about questions like that. It was just like, see, I would like some questions about characters or about where the arc's going, but next 52, right?
Uh-huh.
For those of you who don't know, DC Universe is getting destroyed. They're redoing the entire universe starting from the
scratch.
Beginning. From the beginning. Batman Year 1.
Nothing ever happened.
Right.
Kind of reboot. Unlike alternate universe stuff where it's usually just like, well, now just pretend Spider-Man was gay the whole time.
Or like in Marvel where they're like, oh, well, let's just forget about that clone of Spider-Man,
the
right?
16th Spider-Man.
This one, they're getting rid of everything and just starting over. So this is really interesting to me. I'm watching it. But then people would ask questions that really, it would be like, so if somebody was interested in getting into writing comic books, what should they do?
That always happens.
And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I want to hear what Batman's going to do. Oh, well, we're going to have Damian be the original Robin from now on. Ooh, that's interesting. I have a question. What's the best ink to use? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no one cares.
I want to hear about what the panel's
and they want to
on.
be nice to the people. So
and
they
they always answer.
They don't tell them rudely, but one of my panels, someone said, "What do you look for in writers for your show?" And the guy goes, "People who can write." Next question.
Yeah, it's not the right place to ask that question.
No, you know where you ask that question?
The writing panels.
Well, the writing panels, or you go meet them at their booth at the show and you ask them when it's just you and them. And,
well, if it's a personal question about you, what you're really asking is, how do I get into this? Okay, that's great.
That's fine. Give him a card.
Ask him at the right time.
He won't ever contact you, but
yeah. Well, if you're at an event called football, and you're like, how does somebody get into coaching? Everybody else in the stadium doesn't give a shit. They're there to see the game. That's what you have to keep in mind.
Because usually a football game, I'm there to drink some beer and have a hot dog.
Yeah? Well, see, you got the money to blow
on
that
that's the 49ers, because the games are so bad that it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, that's what I do with baseball games.
Well,
baseball
that's
games
all
are fun
baseball
to get really drunk.
Some people want live Nerd Wars. I want to do live Nerd Wars.
You want to do a live Nerd Wars?
No.
Come on, let's do a live
I want
Nerd
to finish talking about Comic-Con before we forget. Anything else about Comic-Con that you want to talk about?
Not really. I think we covered the bases pretty well.
I'll open it up to the floor. Anything new about Comic-Con? Yes. Okay. Here's a couple of things that I've seen fly by. Right. Someone wanted to see the Dexter panel. I didn't go. I didn't go into Hall H at all because that hall is a fucking circus.
Yeah.
But the Indigo Ballroom is where I went because it's got the more obscure, not quite as popular stuff, and you can hang out there however long you want. We did see Dragon Age web series they're coming out with Felicia Day directing or whatever. I was 8 people short of the door to get into that panel.
Nice.
And I didn't realize it was about Dragon Age or I wouldn't have gone. Anything on the floor you saw that was cool?
On the floor? It's just the same old shit as always, you know.
Well, we did talk to the author, Chu, for a little bit.
You know, he was nice.
He was a nice guy. The artist gave me, Rob Guillory, gave me a sketch. Well, I paid for it, but whatever. My friend Brett Bean, give a shout out to Brett, 2dbean.com. He makes some cool art. He had a little artist booth. Brett knows a lot of other artists and stuff, so we ended up meeting the creative director for D&D because of that, randomly.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
But, you know, if you're into D&D, that's cool. Okay, so...
We didn't see Stan Lee this year.
I saw Stan Lee at the... that shitty comic for that Red Dragon comic with the music inside it.
Oh, God. That was awful.
So Yoshiki, who I did not know, but he's a Japanese ex-metal...
He's a Japanese pop star.
Rock star guy. But he's making a comic with Stan Lee and Todd McFarlane, except neither of them have anything to do with the comic. It's written by somebody else, inked by somebody else, with Stan Lee's name on it, and it looks like Todd McFarlane might have, like, overall creative direction.
I guess, but he's not doing well.
But it was the same as every Stan Lee panel. Like, what did he say? Oh, these people are great.
I'm old. I pooped my pants this morning. I'm Stan Lee. Takak.
Chevy Chase was like that, too, at the community panel.
Chevy Chase pooped his pants?
He could not hear anything, and then he was answering the wrong questions. I felt bad for him.
What are you going to do?
But in Chevy Chase's case, I couldn't tell if he just didn't give a shit.
I would assume he doesn't give a shit.
But
I would assume he doesn't give a shit.
Someone asked Doctor Who panel. Dominic, one of the guys we were at the bar with, did go. I did not because you had to wait in line all fucking day for that panel.
Full day.
And it was the first panel of the morning, so people were there at like 6 in the morning to get in at 11.
So, yeah. But I have been watching the 6th season of Doctor Who, and it's frigging awesome. It's really good.
Oh, the new Doctor Who's pretty badass.
New Doctor Who's pretty good.
And I would have loved to have gone to the panel if I didn't have to wait 7 hours to do it.
You know the thing I don't like about the new Doctor Who is the opening where it's like, I'm a girl who had an imaginary friend. Who gives a shit about you?
It feels
You're
a little
replaceable.
Twilighty.
They've replaced you a million times. It's Doctor Who.
But they've replaced the Doctor a million times to be fair.
But he's still but he's still the Doctor. He's still the same person.
Yes.
Even though he's a different person.
Someone asked if we saw a Diablo 3 panel.
No.
There wasn't a Diablo 3 panel. They did have a panel on toys and shit for Blizzard games. So StarCraft, WoW, and Diablo, and like new collectibles and stuff they're coming out. I did not go once I realized it was just a sales panel. But I did talk to Samwise Didier, art director at Blizzard, quite a bit because he had his little art booth there. He was a really nice guy. Of course, he didn't tell me anything like, by the way, Diablo 3's new character class is the King Kong class.
Here.
No.
I'm gonna just do a couple things here. Somebody said Flash versus Quicksilver. That would be the Flash would win in that fight, and it's happened in Marvel versus DC.
Batman versus Superman already happened too.
Batman wins every frigging time because he's smart. Who else do we got? It's really sad how Batman kicks.
My mom versus your mom.
Your mom versus my mom. My mom was kind of a badass.
They're both dead.
They are both dead, but my mom beat up a little girl at yes.
Okay, so they're both ash. So I was gonna say if one of us, our moms wasn't cremated, I'd give it to your mom or whoever's mom wasn't cremated.
Did you just say you'd give it to my mom?
Oh yeah, I'd give it to her.
Motherfucker.
If she wasn't cremated.
That is. Is it really ashrophiliac?
I have no fucking idea.
Not a thing, Jeff. It is not a thing. You also made me forget the next one that I wanted to say. There was
Mortal Kombat. Someone asked about Marvel vs. Capcom characters. I did not see them, but I was there when they announced the new. I did see the Mortal Kombat Legacy panel, and they announced the new character was Freddy Krueger, which on paper sounds semi-dumb, but then you see the video and you're like, that is actually fantastic. It's the coolest thing.
Tell him the finishing move, man.
Oh, the finishing move, you pick up the guy and you throw him in a furnace and light him on fire.
There you go.
But he also chops heads off with his blades, and it's pretty cool. I'm not,
Well, here's talking about fighting games. Disappointment. Street Fighter versus Tekken.
Oh man, that looked.
It was just the same Street Fighter game that they always play, except now you have Tekken characters in it. I'm ready to call shenanigans on Street Fighter. It's the same fucking thing over and over and over again. I thought with Tekken there would be a 3D element that they'd add in to give it a little different feel, but they never do.
No, why would they put effort into it? Because they know there's like 1 million people who will buy that shit regardless of what they do.
Oh, He-Man versus Lion-O. Guess what I watched last night?
The new Thundercats.
I did
watch
watch
I DVR'd.
Did you watch it?
Should I?
Yes.
Okay.
It turns out the new Thundercats is fucking amazing.
Right.
Without spoiling anything. You can't really tell if it happens when the original Thundercats happened, if this is the way it originally happened, because it's a bit different, or if it's like 3,000 years in the future. On New Thundera.
With the same characters.
Well, with people that have the same names. Japanese video games do that all the time.
That doesn't make it
like,
right.
The best example would be any Link game. You're never the original Link.
But they don't pretend that they're this. Well, they kind of do pretend
yes,
it's
they
the
do.
same continuum.
Yes, they do.
All right,
they
anyway.
pretend it's the same continuum. Once long ago, there was a hero that wore a green
Before I
suit.
forget, I said I'd do this.
All right.
Nick Saris, congrats on noticing all the web design changes I did. I said I'd give a shout out to the first person who caught the 3 things. So Nick Saris and Jordan Thomas, I think, was the other guy who was really close. So anyway, go. Thundercats.
Okay, well, Thundercats, it's really, really good. It reminds me of the He-Man revamp that they did. Did you ever watch the new He-Man that they had on Cartoon Network? Nobody did. It was actually amazing. It was really, really good. This even better.
You think?
Yes. This is like it reminds me of. Did you ever watch the Lodos Wars or any of the? Yeah, it reminds me of the Lodos Wars where it's
the anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's very involved. Very
I own
nice
it.
Action.
Yeah.
You own the Lodos Wars? I had to borrow the Lodos Wars.
It's downstairs and take it home tonight if you want.
I will. That is a really fucking. Hey, I'll be right back.
Gonna go down to my basement and grab the DVD.
I want to. If we didn't have like 15 minutes left, I would do it.
I have 8 minutes left.
8?
Yeah.
You don't need me for 8.
That's true. I don't, because you're boring.
Oh.
Okay, so here was a good question that we didn't answer to. What was the best costume?
Best costume?
Now, I'm gonna go with someone we interviewed.
All right.
It was fun. Chitara. She had the attitude down. She had her character down. Everything I asked her, that was related, she answered in character.
It's true. I've always had a crush on Chitara too. That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
Chitara's pretty hot.
She's pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
I mean, it wasn't the most elaborate costume, but it was very effective. And she did the face paint, and she had the black spots on her arms and.
So I'm gonna go for a costume that's a little avant-garde for best costume because it's not a woman, number one, and number two, probably not the best costume. I would go Mimic.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do Nick Fury.
I like that crazy homeless man that had lost his eye recently.
Actually, if I'm going to pick a doob, I'm going to pick... I'll pick both of those. We should agree on this, too. Mm-hmm. The Lobo costume.
Oh, damn it, you're right.
And
Lobo
Lady
costume is
Deathstrike.
Actually incredible.
Lady Deathstrike, too.
You're right. Lady Deathstrike and Lobo. In all honesty, yes, I would give them the best. Lady Deathstrike and Lobo, they really did have great costumes.
And they were really cool people, and yeah.
They were really nice, and they posed for everybody.
They did.
They didn't just stand and do a picture. They really posed.
They posed. And the best part was, Adam being gay and all, we're standing there as they're posing for other people when they're done, and Adam's like, he is ripped.
Well, no, that's the thing. You don't go to Comic-Con. You go to Comic-Con expecting to see huge tits, right? This guy,
he was
you
ripped.
didn't notice when he's wearing all the makeup because all you see is a nerd.
And
you're
you
like,
see,
you're a nerd.
The white kind of distracts from...
And then he bends down and he flexes, and all of a sudden I realize, bent over, this guy's about as tall as I am, and his arms are as big as my legs. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Why do you work out and go to Comic-Con? If you work out, you could have an outside life.
And you might be able to see him posing behind one of the cosplayers.
Definitely.
We set up twice. And just plunked in one space, and they just moved a little further down, and we're taking a shot.
Giant.
He was tall, and as Adam so pointedly pointed out, he's ripped. That's what he said. That's the way he said it.
It's not like I could have said, "Wow, your girlfriend has huge knockers." I like the little metal things she painted on him. Because that's what I was thinking.
That's what you were thinking, and then you noticed how ripped he was, and you
that's when
actually
I
got a boner.
Talking about thinking about how big her boobs were, and started thinking about, this guy's going to beat me up. I'm going to get beat up by Lobo. That's really embarrassing, because if you tell somebody, if you're like, oh, I got beat up by Lobo at Comic-Con, the first thing they're going to be like, who's Lobo? And then I had to be like, oh, he's a shitty B-list DC superhero-ish renegade from outer space. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Lobo's pretty awesome. A lot of people were wondering why I didn't point out Lobo in the comments, like the list of people. It's mostly I got lazy and I didn't list half the people. Fiona was cool too. We actually interviewed 2 sets of Fionas. One with Shrek, with the puppets, and then one that was just Nerd Wars.
They were both really nice.
Actually, everybody dressed as Shrek and Fiona were nice. So, just putting it out there.
It's true.
We actually have 10 more minutes. Somehow this timer's way off. It says we've been talking for an hour and a half.
Yeah, we have not been talking for an hour and a half.
No.
We have not. We started at noon.
We started at noon.
So, clearly this is going to be...
Someone's trying to make Nerd Wars comments.
Wait a minute. Doesn't Adam have a girlfriend? Yes, Adam does have a girlfriend.
He's still hella gay, though. Don't worry about it, Tara.
Oh, is that what it was supposed to be about?
Yeah.
Because why isn't my girlfriend commenting? Even my girlfriend won't watch the entire show.
Even your girlfriend thinks you're hella gay.
She has better things to do.
See, all your girlfriends that I've ever known admit that you're hella gay.
How many girlfriends would that be?
2.
2. And how do you bring up the topic?
Isn't Adam hella gay? And they're like, yes.
There you go.
He's hella gay.
It's whatever. All right. What else do we want to talk about besides my girlfriend and me being gay?
You're fat too. No, I mean, what do you want to talk? Do you have anything else?
Fucking bald piece of shit.
I did enjoy Elephant Man. Finally finished the first book. Well,
How
the
was
first
it?
of like 5 books, 4 books. It's good. It's fun. It's hard to read in bed because like the comic, most of the panels are really dark. So they're at night or in like alleys or whatever. And with low lighting conditions, it's a little bit of hassle. But yeah, it was fun. I'm reading Conan, the Kurt Busiek Conan now.
And
I'm really enjoying it.
I've never even tried.
I am really enjoying it to the point where I've already queued up the next 2 on my Amazon.
Hard to believe.
So I'll let you borrow that for sure.
Hard to believe, Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
That's weird. Well, let's see, what have I been reading? I've been reading X-Force.
Yeah.
The new X-Force Wetworks operation.
You said wet.
It's really good. It's really good. I would say the only problem with the X-Force, I got the first 3.
Yeah.
And then I have X-Nocia or something, or X-Nokia. I don't remember. It's a weird name. That's turns out is part of the continuation of X-Force that nobody fucking tells you. But
it's not that no one tells you; it's that no one cares.
Okay, they're doing the same thing that DC does, where it's like halfway through my X-Force series, they're like, hey, if you want to hear about the rest of what happened there, you're going to have to buy Cable Alternate Future, where he has the only mutant-born child, born after House of M, blah, 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 blah. And so now I got to get that.
Oh, we didn't sing on this podcast yet.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
Okay.
Marty McFly versus Doctor Who? That's stupid.
Yes.
Doctor
totally
Who.
Marty McFly.
Oh, come on.
No, it's Doctor Who. But if you put Doc Brown versus Doctor Who,
that would be interesting.
That's more interesting because at least Doc Brown has some tech know-how.
Some tech skills.
Yeah.
You know, they might be able to do something.
And who knows
Marty,
what Doc Brown did when he wasn't with Marty? I mean, he
could have been Doctor Who.
He could have been an incarnation of Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very easily.
But Marty McFly,
not so much.
Werewolf.
No.
He's a werewolf.
No, he wasn't.
No, those are sequels.
Oh, Teen Wolf was sequel to Back to the Future?
Was a sequel to Back to the Future. Why do you think you never see Teen Wolf and Marty McFly in the same room?
Because you're hella gay.
I don't know what that has to do with it.
No, but speaking of weird old shit, Teen Wolf and Marty McFly, they're making a new Teen Wolf.
The Teen Wolf TV show, I've seen it.
Yeah, is it good?
It is the worst. It's like Twilight meets Dawson's Creek. You know, it's more like X-Files meets Twilight meets Dawson's Creek. That's what it feels like. It's bad.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over, 'cause I might turn into a werewolf and eat you. There you go. There's your singing.
There you go. We sang.
No Transformer toy noise that I heard. I saw a video of Black Nerd and Tobuscus dancing in the Just Dance 3 stage competition thing.
Nice.
That was pretty good. People are like, so he's really gay. Yes, Adam's hella gay.
What, me?
Yeah, go listen to the podcast where he talked about fucking Paul and then
I
make
did not
your own...
talk about fucking Paul. I got talked over by Jeff.
No, you said Paul multiple times.
Yeah, because
so I was taking Paul's pants off
in a room,
and I was grabbing Paul's boobs.
No, I didn't say those things either. I was having sex in a room. I didn't know, but my friend Paul was asleep in the room in a different bed.
No, you called the girl Paul.
He opened his eyes and saw my ass.
You called the girl Paul.
Whatever. Because you were talking over me like you always do.
No, you did not want to mention her.
Let's listen to the podcast right now.
You did not want to mention his name, so I made you use Paul.
It.
We can't use the mics at the same time, but we'll record an episode of us listening to that podcast.
We will.
And you seeing how wrong you are.
I think we should start doing commentary on our podcasts.
We should do MST3K on our own podcast.
I think so.
No. You think anyone would watch that? People barely watch this shit.
So what about my smoking problem? Somebody's asking.
Oh, there is another thing. Adam stopped smoking.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the podcast.
But he's back stopping smoking.
I'm back stopping smoking.
And he's been good for 2 days now.
2 days. 2 days, no cigarettes.
And you know why?
No, why?
Because you have fortitude.
Fortitude.
Mm-hmm. It's like plus 10 fortitude. You're like a priest.
That makes me feel good. I don't think that's true at all, though.
You don't have strength. You're like minus 10 strength, plus 10 fortitude. You can't unbalance your character sheet.
Here's the thing. All right.
You got to either give
up. You're talking.
No, you either have to give up intelligence, strength.
I don't got to give up anything.
You can't have an unbalanced character sheet.
No, it depends on how my dice roll. Because I play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't have the dice
just
right
imaginary roll right now.
Well, which rolling system are we going to use?
D20s.
Well, D20s?
Yeah, roll a D20.
You have no idea how...
No, but I want you to roll a D20.
No, I'm not playing rolling D20s. That's how you get fucking ones and shit. No.
3D6s?
I rolled the 3D6s.
3D6s.
No.
Do it.
First off, there's no dice here.
Imaginary dice. Roll the 3D6s.
18.
Whoa.
That was a pretty good first roll.
There was your fortitude.
All right,
okay.
Here we go. Let's roll again.
12.
17.
12.
17. That's not
bad.
That
was a 12.
I'll put it in dexterity. No, I'm letting you see my rolls.
That's hilarious. You with 17 dexterity.
Oh my god.
Have you seen
19.
yourself?
19. How does that happen? 19.
Which wraps around to 1.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dexterity has nothing to do with your appearance, son. You would know that
No,
if you've
it
ever
has
played
to
a
do with your
Dwarven Thief.
reactions.
You're right. And if you've ever played a Dwarven Thief,
I've seen your
you know.
reactions. Watch.
Sick of this bullshit. God.
Shit. Okay.
You know what I love about you?
What?
You make so many jokes about my body. You have the body of a 70-year-old man. Touching you is like touching, like that.
Oh wait, is it because I'm not
gauzy-
actually fat?
No, it's more like your frumpishness, body and physique. The fact that your chest goes all the way to your belly button, things like that.
The fuck are you talking about?
Your chest is out of your belly button.
That tickles. You're so gay.
It's just you have a softness about you.
Yeah.
And you have like a million ailments at
Well,
one
that's
time.
true.
Oh, my foot. Oh, the foot's reminding me
Wait,
about
when
the
did I
ache in my
start sounding
ear.
like Stan Lee?
Around the time that he became 70.
Hey,
Stan Lee
everybody.
used to be a swinger.
He was never a swinger.
He was I bet
Actually,
Stan Lee.
I did see a picture of him in the 70s where he's all like suited out.
I bet
sorta.
Stan Lee got tons of poon in the 70s. I bet he was a hound. I bet
like a
poon hound.
poon hound.
Yes, I bet like Jim Henson. How Jim Henson was
Well, see, Jim Henson, I can imagine.
cooter dog.
I can't picture Stan Lee.
Stanley, I think you could get it. Hey, have you ever heard of Spider-Man? I made that guy. Let's have some sexual intercourse.
See, everyone agrees you were about to rape me right there.
Hmm.
Okay, just one guy, but
Yeah. See, I love you. You skewer everything to your point of view.
I admitted it. Oh, I did do a show at the La Jolla Comedy Store. That was fun. Have you been to La Jolla Comedy Store? Okay, picture the Purple Onion.
Okay, that means nothing to our
Seating
listeners.
wise.
Okay.
No, it's what?
So about
80?
100 people.
Yeah, 100 if you pack it to the nines.
100.
Yeah. And there was, I don't know, maybe 30 people there. But it's all black. That was the weird thing. Like, at least Purple Onion's got shit on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the interior of the thing is like a black box theater. It's very, very bizarre.
That's weird for comedy.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
a strange
no real
atmosphere.
backdrop short of, like, the Comedy Store logo. And, I thumb wrestled somebody for their wife.
Did you get him?
I won. Still didn't get the lady.
That's so much like Jeff. Just can't seal the deal.
Okay. So how do we want to close this thing out since we got 2 minutes left?
Well, I would say we should just read the comment. Jeff calls Adam gay to hide his own gayness.
No, I
That
call
is
Adam gay,
correct.
so he admits
Somebody-
that we're both gay together.
Somebody has
we're
been
both
watching.
gay
Do it.
together.
Somebody has been listening to our podcast.
Adam
and
versus Jeff's thumbs. Here, we'll close this out with a thumb war.
With a thumb war?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is an audio podcast.
So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. I
All right.
declare a thumb war and then go.
All right.
Ready?
All right. And no tearing apart the ring. You gotta
Yeah,
keep.
you gotta keep
this
the-
shit
the-
tight.
yep.
All right. Here we
Ready?
go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
It's the most exciting thumb war ever. I'll narrate it. We're not.
So far, Jeff hasn't moved at all. There we go.
Yeah!
You got me.
I got him.
Here, let's do it so that I can be the right
Wait.
one. There we go.
All right.
1, 2,
wait,
3.
We,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
All right, here we go. See, first off, right now, for people watching, Jeff is massaging my thumb.
It worked.
with
I
his
got
thumb.
it down.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bam!
I got out right at the last
No,
second.
you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You also tore apart the ring. You moved the ring.
I did on
Boom.
that one. I'll admit to
Boom.
that.
I'm gonna say
So
Adam's
it's
the
1
winner.
and 1. 1 for
Adam's
1.
the winner.
We're tied.
Adam's the winner.
And we'll see you next week, I guess.
We'll see you next week for the incredible tiebreaker. And I know you're all waiting. Thumb wars.
Thumb wars.
You're stupid.
You're not stupid.
Shut up.
You're just fat.